Happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Lee Davenport, and I am a real estate broker and trainer with agents around Atlanta Plus. I want to welcome you to our Tuesday tech webinar. And here at Agents Around Atlanta Plus, our passion is to see agents everywhere excel in sales. So we offer one-on-one coaching, webinars like this, and in-office trainings. Don't hesitate to visit our website at www.agentsaroundatlanta.com, or you can always shoot me an email at info@agentsaroundatlanta.com to learn more about our services and even some of the freebies that we offer. Well, let's get started with today's strategy session. Today we're covering how to get 80% of your 2015 business from 20% of your network. It is possible, and many people in sales, not just in real estate sales, but sales in various other industries, they live by this principle. Today we are going to just take a look. This is my desktop here, basically. We're going to cover 5 different areas. As I've said in previous webinars, this is unfortunately just a 30-minute strategy session. So obviously, we can't really go into depth about each and every one of these topics, but I do want to at least give an overview of all of these things. And like I said earlier, if you have questions, you're welcome to visit our website or shoot us an email, and we can follow up and give more information about a specific area that maybe you have more questions about. So let's get started with improving your business processes. It is really a fact, like I said, not just in real estate industry, but you really can sell more through referrals. And one reason why most people like working referrals more than anything else, including cold calling, door knocking, whatever else you might be doing, even spending money advertising, is because referrals can work through your network, through your fan base and cheerleaders. Here's a quote that I want to share with you. From the beginning of marketing research back in the 1930s, social scientists discovered then that early adopters and their social networks were critical for introducing other consumers to products and services. What that simply means is we tend to consume the same products our friends consume. And we're all familiar with that because we see Johnny down the block has a new vehicle, and next thing you know, you might see the same people with a very similar vehicle, maybe in a different color or something, but that's how it works. And this is something that has been studied as a science from the 1930s onward. Another thing that this particular author mentioned, they said you could ask your friend where he or she bought the product, or you use a search engine such as Google or Bing to find it, but wouldn't it be easier if your friend could just automatically steer you to the website where he or she got that product, or even the service such as in our industry? What this all boils down to is your network, and your client's network becomes your raving fans or cheerleaders is what I like to call them. And here's another concept that I just want to share as we start this webinar, and it's called social commerce. Showing you care leads to social commerce. What is social commerce? Why does this matter for a real estate agent? Well, social commerce is defined as when a user passes on their opinions and recommendations to others in several online viral networks such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, helping you generate business. So your cheerleaders, your raving fans, can share with their network how great of a real estate agent you are through their recommendations, through their pictures that they share from their home closing, from their home inspection, even all these different things. When they share it with their network, now they are creating for you business commerce, and it's the term is social commerce since it's through social media. Believe it or not, Back in 2011, so this is 3 years ago, social commerce accounted for about $1 billion in goods sold. And now that we're 3 years later, you can imagine that number is much higher, much greater. And the point of this webinar is to help you get your piece of that pie. You know, it can actually be something that you're able to make a significant chunk, 80% or more of your business from. So boost your social commerce with raving fans and cheerleaders. Now, I've alluded to this effect already. It's the Pareto effect, which a lot of people just simply call the 80-20 rule. This works in several different industries and relationships. We use it all the time, but it is very true when it comes to referrals. 80% of your business can come from 20% of your network through consistent efforts to build cheerleaders. For example, you may be on Facebook, you may have 500 friends. Well, we know all 500 of those friends will not be your cheerleaders. But if you're able to get 20% of that 500 to now share with others how great your business is and share with others their great experience with you, you can garner new clients, and not only new clients, but it can be so significant that this becomes your predominant and maybe your only source of business. Not to say we should eliminate advertising and cold calling and all the other things, but this referrals can become the significant chunk that keeps your business going. As I discussed earlier, we're going to talk about in this particular segment your business activities. And here are 5 activities that are critical for you to do to ensure that referrals are sent to you from your current and past clients. First and foremost, in real estate, our job as real estate agents, even as mortgage brokers or anyone else in this industry, is to eliminate as best as we can buyer and seller anxiety, and that is done through information. We can give them information sessions that include us maybe just talking with them over the phone or meeting with them for coffee. Also, we have to provide deliverables. Many times you'll notice that you say the same thing to every buyer and seller as far as what they need to do if they're selling a home or if they're buying a home, the steps they need to plan for and prepare for. If you notice that you do have a list of things that you're constantly sharing with buyers or sellers, have you created a deliverable for them out of that yet? And a deliverable can be something as simple as a MailChimp email that looks really good and you've created with links to different resources. Or you could take it a step further and create a PDF or an ebook that you're able to send to your clients. But whatever it is, the longer you stay in this industry, the more you should have a list of frequently asked questions and other things that buyers and sellers want to know. So make a deliverable out of this so that now you can, in a sense, automate this for yourself. You don't have to every time say, uh-oh, I forgot to tell her about the cost for a home inspection. No, you have a deliverable that shares everything. And again, it could be as simple as a pre-formatted email, like through BombBomb or MailChimp, or again, you can go as far as having a ebook. The second thing is to always keep your word. This is something that in our industry, because we are service-based, it is a shame when people feel that real estate agents are not true to what they tell their clients. So when we say something, we have to make sure we make good of it. We follow up on what we say we will follow up. We call when we say we're going to call. We meet them when we can, and just keep our word. The third thing is to minimize buyer's remorse. And this goes along really with the last 2 points, because it does include giving your buyers as much information as possible. And it also includes keeping your word and really going a step further and making sure that any questions they might have outside side of the information you've provided them are answered. Because typically when we are informed and armed with as much information as possible, it is less likely that we will regret a purchase decision. So help your buyers understand when you represent them. If you're working for the seller, of course, this is a different thing. But when you're a buyer's agent, make sure your buyers don't have any question throughout the process. Let them know that no question is a dumb question. You are there to assist them, and you want them to feel comfortable talking to you about anything that may be on their mind so that they can get into their brand new home and be excited about it, and be so excited that they become your cheerleader to their network and to the online community as well. The fourth thing is to give video testimonies and online reviews from each client you work with. Now, I understand sometimes we have bad experiences with clients, but this should be few and far in between, especially the longer you're in business, the longer you begin to create processes and automate things and create deliverables and do these things that can help your relationships be even smoother. And the key with getting video testimonies and online reviews is to do it before or even at closing, but not after. Do not wait until this person is in their home or they've moved to the next state and now try to track down a review or testimony. It's going to be hard to do, not necessarily because they didn't like you, but they've moved on. This chapter in their life has closed, and now you're kind of trying to reopen it. So before or at closing, get a video testimony or have them fill out an online review. And we live in a world where, just like my screen shows here on my desktop, you can use an iPad, you can use something and have them fill out the testimony right there at the closing table. You know, many times at closing, we're waiting for the attorney to prepare some of any final changes to documents or for the funds to transfer. So, hey, that's a great opportunity to shoot a quick video or have them write an online review. And with videos, again, tell your clients in advance so they can make sure they're dressed the way they want to look in a video. What I'd like you to do in regards to this topic is to track down 5 reviews this week. So you may have worked with buyers who have already closed. And again, like I said, going forward, you want to do it before they've closed. But the goal right now is to build your online referrals. And one of the best ways to do that is to have as many positive reviews and testimonial videos online. So this week, make it your action plan to get 5 positive reviews from anybody you've ever sold with who will share something positive about you. If you can get video, that's better. But if you can get them to fill out something for you on Google or Zillow or TruliaHomes.com, wherever, even your website, do it. The 5th business process you want to make sure you're employing so that your referrals can grow is to ask. So many people do not just simply ask for referrals. They, I guess, expect it to happen through osmosis. I was talking by email with an agent last night from Idaho, and he said he just spent 30 minutes and he had an incredible number of referrals received in only 30 minutes of calls. So getting past the fear of asking is making a big difference in his business. And that's the key. We have to ask. Every interaction you have, and we'll talk about some more of these things, make sure you're asking for referrals. Sometimes people think you're too busy. Maybe they feel like, oh, well, she wouldn't really want to work with some of my friends. No, let them know. I'd love to take care of your friends, family, coworkers, whoever. And here's this final point on this page is if buyers and sellers feel good after working with you, they will refer you. So that goes back to helping to minimize their buyer's remorse and their anxiety, making this a good experience for them. Buying a home, selling a home can be very stressful, but the more you're able to do as a service professional in real estate to help ease those fears and anxiety and that remorse, the more likely you're going to create raving fans who will ensure that their networks only buy and sell with you. So now the second point we're going to cover today, and I'm going to speed it up because this 30 minutes is going by quickly, is to show you are a knowledgeable, caring professional, which is what we like to call an agent plus. Now, just looking at the screen right here, this can be overwhelming, and this is what social media is today. There are so many different sites to be on, so many platforms, so many things to remember, such as SEO. You can be on Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can have a WordPress blog. There's so many things to do. I don't want to focus on which platforms you should be on. The key is to find at least one where you can interact and follow these do's and don'ts I'm going to share. The key thing when we're on social media is for us to be seen as a trusted, service-oriented professional who cares. And I'm sure you have heard before, it's not how much you know. People don't care how much you know. They care how much you care. Okay, I just messed up that saying, but you know what I'm trying to say. So caring for most people on social media simply means you're interacting with them consistently. Here are 5 ways to interact on social media that you should be doing, no matter, again, what platform you're on. First and foremost, share what's in it for them. A lot of times agents will post about, hey, I sold my 5th home this week, and that's nice. And people will say, good for you. But you've got to flip it. So now they say, wow, that's actually something that's valuable for me. Tell them, for example, seller Sally made X amount more than her neighbors because I was her agent versus the other guys. Share with them what's in it for them. A second thing is to share a happy closing story. Why? Because people share what they're in. When you share a story, make a post about some great thing that's happened in your business, and then you tag the people, the clients that were a part of it, they're likely going to share it, or at least their network of friends will see it as well. Here's a great example. Check out this cute couple standing in front of their home, their brand new home. And well, this is back a couple of years ago, but at the time it was brand new. And the post says, just finished the final walkthrough with one of my most adorable couples ever. They hugged and kissed at the end of it and said, this is it. I almost cried. Please help me in congratulating Carmela, 85 years old, and Frank, 80 years old. I wish you many more years of happiness to come. She had likes and even shares off of this post because this is something that is very warm and fuzzy. People can identify with this. It puts a smile on their face, and they'll remember you more readily for something like this as opposed to you just throwing up your newest listing. Another thing to do is to post about someone's special day, whether it's their birthday, they have a graduation coming up, a birth coming up, whatever it is. It's important to acknowledge what's important to your network of people that might send you referrals. This is an app that I love. It's called Just Wink. It's available on Android and iPhone. It's also a website, and it integrates with Facebook. So this is pretty cool if you're a Facebook user, because now when it's somebody's birthday, you don't just have to type a happy birthday post. You can actually send them a great card that will be on their homepage. Other people will probably like it. And in addition to just the thoughtfulness of this, you can, as you can see on the screen here, you can add a gift card. And it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Notice they have an AMC movie theater card. So you could send them $12 to go see a movie. And now you've just made a very good impression with somebody that likely could be a raving fan for you and send you clients. Another thing to do is to post enriching content. If you haven't heard of Buffer app, when you get a moment, Google that. That is a great application that can help you post very strategically and consistently on your different social media sites, some great content from all around the web. Another thing that should be posted are things that can brighten everyone's day. If it's something that can put a smile on other people's face because it started by putting a smile on your face, share it. That's a great thing to do. And notice that I have here ratio should be 4-to-1, which means for every 5 things that you post, 1 of those things should be about business, but 4 should be about the warm and fuzzy, happy day brightener things that show that you care about the person that you're posting to, the audience that you're posting to. So those are our social media do's and don'ts. Next, let's talk about initiating regular strategic conversations. So in addition to what you're doing on social media, you should also touch everyone in your network monthly. And you can do this using one of my favorite platforms, BombBomb, which allows you to send video messages, which is fantastic, to your network. You can also use MailChimp. I also use that. As I've already mentioned, Just Wink. And the reason why I put Just Wink here as well is because, as I mentioned on the past screens, is that you can send out social media messages, but you can also use Just Wink to send text messages and greeting cards through the US postal system. So now you can hit somebody with a happy birthday message, but they get a post, they get a text from you, and they get a greeting card in the mail using Just Wink. That is phenomenal, and it will take you less than 5 minutes to do that. And now you've hit them and touched them and reached them in several different ways, so you're able to interact and stay connected. Another thing that I think is very vital in this day and age is texting. Many times buyers as well as sellers prefer texts. So you can easily keep in touch with your network, again, at least once a month through a text blast. And it could be a happy message, something that you could send to everyone in your network who you have their phone number for, using a service. You don't want to just send it from your phone, but use a service. And you could send something very positive and motivational so that you're staying top of mind and you're able to connect. Most likely you'll have people respond to you individually, and that's where this is worth its weight in gold, because someone that you may not have heard from in months or even years may just respond to a text blast from you. And now you can connect with them and even ask for more referrals. And here's a cute commercial I want to show about the importance of sending texts, because so many people, from the youngest in the family to even the grandmother, they do text.
3,000 texts last month.
NWRUS?
And you're old enough to know better.
MYOB, will you?
Who could you be texting?
IDK, my BFF Rose.
Unlimited.
I love that commercial. This is the second time I've shown it because I just think it's so powerful with the importance of us as real estate professionals using and incorporating texting into how we reach out to our networks. The next thing you can do is schedule calls and meetups. When it's your buyer's home anniversary, hey, make sure you're calling them or scheduling a time to have coffee with them. Graduations, unique holidays, you don't have to wait for just Mother's Day. It could be something like Grandparents' Day, or if your client is a secretary, you could contact them on Secretary's Day. Also, host a network soiree. If you are a party person, open your home or go to a local community center and have a party for those in your network. And it can be something very inexpensive. You could do a backyard barbecue or something just to get people out so that you can connect with them. And again, give yourself another opportunity to ask for referrals. Another thing you could do is sponsor someone's baby shower that's in your network. Or maybe there's a graduation open house coming up that you could help sponsor or host at your home. Also, now that we're approaching holiday season, you could even have a toy packing party at your home, like if you participate with Toys for Tots or any of the numerous programs out there that provide gifts for children at the holidays. Hey, why not host it at your home and invite your network? So again, you give an opportunity so that you can engage and interact with them, but then you can also ask for referrals. The fourth thing that we'll talk about today is to compile shareable content. Because a lot of times when you're sending things through BombBomb or through MailChimp, or you're posting on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus, you might feel like, well, what will I say? I'm at a loss for words. One of my favorite things is Zeitgeist. This is a wonderful app. We're actually doing a free webinar for Tech Tuesday on November 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this app. Join us. This is a very powerful app. It's free, yay, and it can help you become the most knowledgeable expert about any location, all at a fingertip. And you will look like you have all this extensive knowledge when in actuality, you're just getting it from this app. So join us for this. But in the meanwhile, you can download this app, play around with it. It's really great. I won't talk too much about it now because, again, we're doing the webinar on November 11th at 1 p.m. Join us for that. Another thing I love is TalkWalker Alerts. It's basically Google Alerts on vitamins. I don't say on steroids, I say on vitamins. So this right here will allow you to put in target words. So if you want, like I live in Sandy Springs, Georgia. So if I wanted to know about real estate in Sandy Springs, Georgia, I would create an alert for that. You can do an alert for events in your area, any type of alert so that you can keep a pulse of what's going on. Maybe new restaurants in your area, schools in your area, things that are going on with the schools. Create news alerts. So now you know what's going on, and you always have a conversation starter with these TalkWalker alerts. You can get them as much as multiple times a day or once a day. I only get it once a day. I can't really take getting that many emails. But again, this is great. I did a review on this, so visit our website at agentsaroundatlanta.com if you want to learn more about TalkWalker. It's also a free alert service. Here is the final thing with just a couple of minutes to spare. You want to reward your cheers, your raving fans, what I like to call Team You. You know, the people that are your supporters. Another term for it are brand ambassadors. Who are the people that are out here promoting your business, who you've gotten referrals from? If you've gotten a referral from someone, they are a brand ambassador for you, and you should reward them and have a sense of reciprocity with them so that not only are they helping you, but you should help them. So first and foremost, based on where you live, this is different, can be different from state to state, but what legal incentives can you give your brand ambassadors as rewards? I know, you want to make sure you don't violate licensed law in doing this. So make sure it complies with your state and local statutes. But think about things. For example, you could have an ambassador of the week or month feature. And the bonus part about this is, yes, you're talking about how great Sally Sue is, what she does in her business or with her family. But then because you just did a write-up on them, they'll most likely share it with their network. Why? Because they're in it. And that goes back to one of the earlier points we mentioned. Things are more shareable just because someone is featured in it. Another thing is you could offer to speak at maybe your brand ambassador's child's career day, or if they have something coming up, you can help out. And again, that serves a dual purpose because not only are you helping your brand ambassador with something that they care about, but you're also getting exposure. So think about things like that. Another thing you could do is have a yearly ambassador gala. So earlier, I mentioned having a network soiree, and that's for a larger crowd. But this ambassador gala may only be 50 people, your 50 biggest referral brand ambassadors for the year. So make it a smaller group. It could be a more intimate setting. It could be at your home or a restaurant. Then also be sure to write reviews and recommendations for them. If they're business owners, maybe one of your referrals one of the biggest streams of your referrals maybe comes from your lender. So ask them, hey, how can I help you? What reviews can I write for you, or recommendations? What websites do you use where I can give a testimonial video? So again, make this a reciprocal relationship. Think about those things. And that's all, folks. So those are the 5 main areas, along with all of the sub things we talked about, in getting 80% of your 2015 business from 20% of your network. This is a lot of information, obviously, to cover in just 30 minutes. So again, don't hesitate. Call us, email us, visit our website, www.agentsaroundatlanta.com. We're here to help you. And if you need help even creating a schedule, because again, this is a lot of stuff, a lot of information, and you have to be very organized in order to implement this effectively. But you can have more of your business, up to 80%, even more than that, really, come from referrals. So I hope this has helped you. I look forward to seeing you employ these principles in 2015 and have a successful business. Here's to your success. Have a great day.